Hi there and welcome back to the deep cellars of Galvino's workshop in Pillars of Eternity, on the highest level in the White March. Let's see, do we have something to cast still? Not really, and we're seeing opponents, so... Opponents are vessels. We're pretty good against vessels at the moment, so... That short rest may help us. Let's sneak in, but not too much of sneaking. Let's run. Move forward. And aim and strike, or something like that. Or what would you call it? Devotions for the faithful. Yay, let's go for that. Sounds awesome, is awesome. And more. And more. Well, we could just go for minor missiles. It doesn't look like there's so many already. Oh, there are coming more. More are coming. That's not good. Hey, we still got the devotions. That's good. Faster than the animation. That one is near death already. Maybe it's time to change target to that unstable construct here. And we will go for the dire blessing. Move in. And maybe just, I don't know, do that. And now, how about the general big blessing? And how about a heal for our good companion? And then... Hey, we can reach these both. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think we're good. I think we're good here. Still on our free spells. Let's... Maybe let's get to the back row with this casting. Got that vessel here. That one is injured. Let's finish it with Kilvasa. And you, my good priest. Let's attack these guys with a projection. I can stop them too. Whoa. What happened here? Let's attack. I'm here. This looks like there could be a trap here. Spot on. Okay, Baba. Everyone wait. Yes. Oh. Quietly now. Ho 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 ho. Quietly, indeed. Let's find out what they had. An exceptional rapier and a crumpled experimental notes. Now it gets interesting. Let's see. This crumpled piece of parchment was found jammed inside the faceplate of a construct. My efforts to instill even a child's intelligence in these creations have all failed. Most cannot hold a quill, much less set thoughts on paper. I believed for some time that Subject 63 might have had a breakthrough during its lessons, but I discovered that it has simply been repeating my words without comprehension. These were not enlightened characters while they wore their original skins. Perhaps their essence lacks a fundamental capacity for learning. I've put them to the test in more martial arts, but here too they falter without the benefit of true sentience. The devil, of course, delights in mocking them. It is like boasting of besting children at combat. If I only had my old machines. His old machines. What are these? The old machines.
Well,
Kebaba, you need to scout, because there are probably traps somewhere here. No traps, really? An exceptional club. Nothing to find. A cell key. Oh, plain iron key found discarded in that workshop here. Maybe if we get to more people here, maybe we can find something hidden. It looks like there should be something hidden here. On the other hand, maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't. A cell key. Will we find what is in the cell when we go that way or that way? This is closed.
yes.
You need to scout, Kebaba. Oh yes, you need to scout, because there may be something here. Some trap. This looks like there could be a trap here. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe this is just a particle effect. My god. Unlock with a workshop key. Well, we'll certainly do that. Can we open this up? Ah, that's good. Look at that. That's nice. Have we been in here? I think we have. Entirely untouched. Yes, but we haven't touched this. We have just looked at it and saw the flies, and that was it.
Yes.
Let's scout further. Unlocked it. Something. Have we found Galvino? Oh man, oh man. Galvino, an elderly man, hunches over a cluttered desk in the back of the workshop. His flesh is pulled tightly around thin, fragile-looking bones, except around his neck, where it hangs in loose wattles. My god, he turns as you enter, a scowl already chiseled into his lined face.
Back again. I told you.
He hesitates, squinting at you from behind smudged and dusty spectacles.
Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh?
He draws his words out, looking you up and down. A sneer creeps across his face. Let's first find out. I mean, he's probably some kind of criminal, but maybe instead of killing people that were determined, that deserved to be killed, that attacked him, he just experimented with them. I sell false teeth. Heard you could use a new set. What? Well, first I've got questions. Let's get the knowledge we can from him. But Durgan's battery and the White Forge.
Straight to business, no nonsense. We appreciate that, don't we?
He turns to the bronze golem over his shoulder.
Anything for a breather from your endless yammering.
The voice echoes from within the golem.
You would miss me if I were gone, Imura. For who would tolerate your barbs and insults?
Anyhow, no, let's be diplomatic. We need the information first.
But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do.
Oh, yes, indeed, Galvino.
Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards.
His voice rises and falls with a sing-song of mockery.
Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar?
His smile is rigid as he looks at you, and the corner of his eye twitches. We need to be diplomatic. We need to be diplomatic. What would a diplomat say? I'd rather strive for greatness than wither in the shadows. No, that would be opposing him. It's just another job. Stoic. Maybe he's some kind of a stoic. He's a cynic, so Maybe he would be about that. It's just another job, man. Don't take it personally.
Beirut's just another job to find the treasure of a civilization beneath an impenetrable keep. Gillarde, what a thrill your life must be. I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postonagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Galvino, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Oh my god.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
The silence that follows, the temperature in the room seems to drop. Galvino glares at her. The devil of Caroc. Alright, so she's the one... She's the design he wants to imitate.
They should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
The hanging folds of skin beneath his neck tremble.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
We could be diplomatic. We have... Yeah, maybe we're perceptive that well. Maybe you're upset. There's an old wound with Stalwart then.
The spiteful imbeciles destroyed my career. Ruined years of work.
He clears his throat.
But let us focus on the reason for your visit, yes?
Yes, please.
The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some moldering lord's keep.
He swats the air in front of his face.
Those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived. Disciples of Abidan in the truest sense. They will not fall by the whims of any kith. And the door itself, it is infused with living essence.
He holds his hands before him and his eyes are wide with wonder. The dwarves themselves must have had a way of getting in.
Perfetto! This is the crux of the matter.
He claps his hands together. He liked that. Nice.
The Pargrunen of Durgan's battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own commandants.
His mouth twists into a wicked grin.
Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high towers.
He pauses, watching your expression with a raconteur's glee.
The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable walls.
He raps on the mortared stone of his own home.
But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunen filled with essence, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters.
Oh, so I need the door to recognize me?
Traditional Aptapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were and where they were from.
Melon! Melon!
That is why you need a Kantek.
He holds up a twitching finger. A Kantak? You mean a chanter, right?
Some liken it to a poem.
Oh, okay.
Others to an anthem. In reality, it is more than either.
He holds one hand out, turning it this way and that, in a balancing motion.
A Kantek is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Each is unique to its stronghold.
It's a password.
Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its Kantek.
Oh my god. He seems to be fascinated by that. So we need to... I mean, he spreads his arms, his face aglow. I mean, we need to make him come forward with it. We need to get the info. So let's stay diplomatic. Thank you for sharing. That is very interesting. Speak on.
Verus. A shame the Postonagos here cannot appreciate such elegance. To learn the Kantek, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's battery. A shame they are all dead, no?
He rubs his hands together, pacing.
But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart. Like fine wine poured into a cheap pot.
Derision curls his lips.
But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an animancer.
Aha. Well, I'm a watcher. The golem swivels her head sharply toward you. Her mask of a face, and the glass eyes behind it betray no emotion. But it seems as if she's watching you carefully.
Watcher? The Verus? If this is true, then you could find a soul descendant from Durgan's battery, no question. But the greater difficulty remains.
And what is that? Galvino rubs his gaunt, whiskered cheeks.
You would have to learn the Cantic from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it.
Oh my, but this would be permanent, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes.
So we have another watcher.
Whoever you awaken will live with the memories and the personality of a past life. Maybe peacefully, maybe not.
His bony shoulders rise in a shrug.
That is why you must pay attention to the soul you would awaken, no? It
Indeed.
is a monumental thing to impose on another, but these are the very people who wish to rediscover the White Forge, Verus.
He removes his spectacles and polishes the dirty lenses with his tunic. So, I would need to use that White Forge thing to get them to do it. So how would I do that? You might know. You're an animancer, right?
An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness.
He makes a bursting motion with his hands, splaying his fingers
When
wide.
such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so.
He smacks his workbench with surprising vigor.
Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's battery, you will need to address that soul, preferably by name.
He folds his hands together, stippling his fingers.
But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you watchers do, you may see images, memories.
Oh my god, dead people. He leans forward, his back hunched.
These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken.
He raises his hoary eyebrows and tilts his head back.
Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows? Maybe they awaken thirsty for blood. Or maybe you awaken someone else. Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery.
He rummages around and produces an unfamiliar device. So this Cantic is all I need?
Say, none have yet opened Durgan's battery.
Galvino raises his hands, palms up.
But the ones that came before you, I think they got close. You may wish to find them and see what they discovered.
Well, I found what's left of them, a journal and a tile.
Most interesting.
He adjusts his spectacles as he peers at the tile.
They spent many days at the battery door. This looks like something that once belonged there.
He taps the tile. I see. Thank you for your help. He dismisses the thought with a wave of a hand.
It is a pleasure to have such a courteous guest for a change. A shame you must dirty your boots in Stalwart.
I'm going with him.
The golem looks between you, her neck turning on its oiled joint.
You go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
Galvino stares at her agape.
No one will bother me while I'm with him. Besides, I can help him find people in Stalwart.
The golem's burnished face is eerily impassive.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this watcher sees souls. What help could you be? Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life to me.
A frown sours on his lips as he taps his chest with a crooked finger. The golem says nothing, but her essence smolders. Resentment rises from her in shimmering waves. She swivels her head to look at you. What's the story between you two?
This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Caroc, she's called.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
He nudges you, all the while grinning wickedly at the motionless golem.
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment.
A shadow passes over his face, so he uses criminals. How moral is that? Well, they would be dead otherwise, so... So, first, why is she called the Devil of Caroc?
She committed her first crime in the village of Caroc. Burned a family alive in their home.
He shrugs.
The same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
Aha. Interesting. Aren't you afraid she'll murder you?
She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the Eremans would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
Why did you build her?
Why build a fortress, or a village, or anything? To make something that keeps, that...
A disgusted sigh rattles in his throat.
It was the early days of the legacy. My peers in the colleges of Animancy were filling the Hollowborn with the souls of animals.
He pauses, scratching his chin.
I thought there was a better way.
He's silent. For several seconds, his gaze growing distant.
One with a plum academy job back in Salona. Don't forget that part.
He glares at her with narrowed eyes. You put a person's soul into a metal body, then? He leans back, raising his hands.
Into a work of art. Look at this. Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler.
He traces the scroll work that runs along the golem's jaw.
Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
He grabs her hand and delicately bends her tapered fingers.
And of crushing your throat.
She snatches her hand away.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece.
Galvino steps back and takes a longer look at her. I take it your experiment didn't go over so well with the rest of the village?
Here we go.
She rolls her eyes, rasping them against their sockets.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
His lips curl back from yellowing teeth.
My life's ambition. To serve somebody's useful purpose.
I approached Mayor Sinahiod and begged. He saw the potential and allowed me the privilege of attempting my little experiment.
He sneers at the words and the indignity they recall. His shoulders are stooped and his teeth bared.
Then I accomplished what few animancers have even dreamed of. No academic support, no patron. Just me in the middle of nowhere.
He jabs a finger into his concave chest.
Oh, now you got him all wound up.
I transferred a fully intact soul from a living subject to a fabricated body. She retained her personalities, her memories, all of it.
He claws at the air with one thick-veined hand.
Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse.
He throws up his hands. Well, you saved her life in a way, so it's not that immoral. Not that we're in this, like we're amoral, not immoral, and not moral. So that's all I wanted to know. Yeah, you're the individual who tried to save her. The others just wanted to kill her, and who knows? I mean, around 1/3 of judgments are done wrongly, so she might be one of these. You never know. That's all I wanted to know.
She's a fine specimen, her personality notwithstanding.
He waves one hand in a circular motion. The golem says nothing, but her essence smolders again. And I think, no, we have a company. We are a company of heroes, and we don't need anyone else, but we could really check her out. I'd like her to travel with me.
No. You don't know what you ask.
He shakes his head, waving his hands.
This woman, the Devil of Caroc, she was a notorious murderer. Burned people alive all over the region. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her.
He straightens his back and looks you up and down, taking your measure. Let me parade her around town. It will infuriate those villagers. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Oh god, let's tempt him.
So you get use of the devil's services, and I get the satisfaction of knowing those stiffnecks are sweating through their small clothes, eh?
He sighs, but a smug grin has already worked its way across his face.
It's a deal.
Fine price for a blacksmith striker. Suppose I should be flattered.
And there you have it. A bargain.
Yeah, well, we'll check her out later. He gives you a sardonic
A
grin.
moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor.
Galvino gives you a thoughtful frown. Well, tell me about this favor.
There is a man in the village named Grinder, the head fisherman. The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking blades with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems.
His face crinkles in vicious glee. Seems like you have a history with
That
Grinde.
self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles.
And what exactly do you want me to do to him?
Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is. And let him live with the disgrace.
He points vaguely in the direction of the village, his thin arm trembling.
He's always been a ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery. But he keeps a stash in the fishery. Sneaks in at night when the others have gone home. And emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
want
his
you
thing.
to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty. Find his ripple sponge and show it to Renegade.
Well, I see.
Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said.
All right. He grins.
Besides, you appreciate a good joke, don't you? The Verus, this will be a great one. But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day.
Huh. I wanted to know more about the expeditioners who came to you before, by the
As
way.
would I, but there is little to tell. They never gave their names.
He tugs at his whiskers.
But they seem to know more about the battery than the others.
Oh,
Which is
the
unusual,
Brotherhood.
because they did not seem like typical adventurers.
He raises his snowy
Their
eyebrows.
hands were smooth and marked with ink, not scars. And they traveled light. Unusually so.
He rubs at his chin.
Something else? Quay.
What were those constructs I encountered in your workshop?
Other projects, they are none of your concern.
He waves a hand and looks quickly away from you. You seem pretty eager to change the subject.
Feels dark.
Mutters furiously under his breath, raising his hands to the
For
ceiling.
years I've been trying to create another like the devil of Caroc. Yet those post-Enagos in Stalwart destroyed my machinery.
His drooping skin trembles in his rage.
Now, I can only create these broken, mindless things. The devil remains my most perfect creation.
His lips twist with a taste of something bitter. And where have you found these souls?
Smugglers, slavers, fugitives. The kind of riffraff that passed this way. Rarely missed, and good work to keep my little devil busy.
He shrugs. Why do you need more golems?
I can't present the devil of Caroc to the academies, can I? A mad woman and a murderer? No. I need to bring a success to the republics.
He rubs his hands together, frowning. Never mind.
Something else? Quay.
Should we kill him for that? I don't know. I don't know. Not until we see that he has killed someone. Someone good. The recluse of the White March. Find a villager in Stalwart whose sole ancestor is a dwarf of Durgan's battery. And keep an eye on the devil of Caroc. Well, yeah, we have integrated her. And the fisherman's penance. Oh my god, there's so much to do. So much to do in the next episode. And we can start with leveling up our ranger, which is also pretty exciting. Let's have a look around here too.
Yes.
Will we find something? What can we take? There's a potion. Hey, get out of here. Alright, alright. What's in here? This appears to be a crude rendering of the mountains surrounding Durgan's battery.
As you wish.
So we shouldn't take these things.
I'll take a peek.
Is he hiding something, by the way? The good Galvino. And where is Lord Paul? Why don't you come in?
As you wish.
I'll take a peek.
Well, I would say thank you for watching. Happy gaming to you, and see you in the next episode of the Renegades of Punk, when we find out about the village of Stalwood and the dwarf souls there, and maybe make a joke and level up Kelvasa. Have a good time until then, and happy gaming.